Today is third video of 3 portfolio experiment. I will give you an update of this financial journey. We will review my current financial status, debt repayment, and performance of dividend, crypto, and ETF portfolios. Greetings, my name is Ross. Friends call me Sensei. Let's go. A quick reminder before we start. I am not financial advisor and this is not financial advice. I am simply sharing my personal experience, what I'm learning and what working for me. So please don't blindly trust random information on the internet. Always do your own due diligence because it's your money at risk. One more thing, along this channel I am also building Global Investment Club, a web project focused on investing, financial education and long-term wealth building. If you like to check it out, I will leave the link in the description below. Firstly, I want to say was very good financial month for me. I continue investing and managed to close big chunk of debt. I also improve infographics to show you and also add 6 months expenses fund to my overall financial status along with the financial goals. We will talk about this in the next video. And if you enjoy this kind of honest early stage financial foundation building, subscribe because I will document whole process step by step. Let's start with big picture to understand where I stand now. Right now, my emergency fund is at 400, which is still not enough, but it's moving in the right direction. I also had no unexpected expenses this month, which is small win. My goal here is to build up to 1000, so I can have more financial stability and protection. My total investment are currently around 3000 across ETF, dividends, stocks, and crypto. All the same time, I still have almost 2000 in debt. That means my current net position is about 984. For me, this is number matter because it shows a real balance between assets and liabilities. So overall, I would say the progress is real, but this is still very much the foundation building stage. And by the way, if you also build in your finances, please let me know in the comment. I would glad to hear it. Next, let's talk about debt. I improve this section by calculating the exact debt and separating it by source and purpose so you can see all the details more clearly. My total remaining debt is just under 2000. And compared to the previous period, this is meaningful drop. That matters because every month's payment of debt I get rid of improve my financial flexibility and reduce pressure. This is something I think many people underestimate. And honestly, I do too until recently. One more reason I have started joy creating video on YouTube. It's forced me to prepare and closely look at my numbers. That's when I really saw and understood how much my payment add up to. Now let's move to the dividend portfolio. At the moment I have invested 490 and the current value is around 471. So it's slightly down, but it's not dramatic. What I like about this portfolio is a focus on income and quality business. The yield is higher than what I get from ETFs, and over time that can be a meaningful stream of cash. Right now, the dividend income is still very small, so it's clearly At the early stage, the next is the ETF portfolio, and this one is probably the most straightforward part of the whole setup. I have also invested 490 and right now it's sitting around 492, so it's basically flat to slightly positive. Nothing explosive, nothing dramatic. This portfolio is my passive long-term core. Instead of trying to pick individuals winners, ETFs give broad exposure to the market. And that makes this part easier to manage and easier to stay consistently with. So, if dividend portfolio is about future income, the ETF portfolio is more about simple long-term compounding. Now briefly on crypto. This is still the biggest portfolio by invested amount, with around 2000 invested and the current value is around 1837. So compared to the stock-based portfolios, this is one is showing the biggest drawn. And I think this is the clearest example of how volatility changes the experience of investing. Crypto can move much faster both up and down, and that's make it emotionally harder to manage. So be aware. Finally, let's look at all three portfolios side by side. The main point here is that I'm still in the process of equalizing all three portfolios, and until that happens, I don't see much reason to compare them too aggressively. At this stage, it would be unfair to make strong claims or draw serious conclusion. Right now, this is more about tracking direction. So my honest takeaway is this. Progress are happening. The emergency fund is growing. The debt is coming down. The dividend and ETF portfolio are on the way to equalize with crypto portfolio. It's still too early, but that's exact why I want to document whole process to show you how habits, structure and consistently are built from the early stages. If you want to follow the journey and compare those portfolio over time, feel free to subscribe. And if you have your own opinion which portfolio is perform better over time, please let me know in the comments. I would like to read it. See you in the next one.